Hi, folks. You're here with me, Angela, at Angela's Crystal Corner, and I'm live for Edgar Cayce's A.R.E Center. I'm glad you could join me. I started the video and then it stopped for some reason, so I'm sorry if you don't see the introduction. You can reach out to me anytime at angelscrystalcorner@gmail.com if you have any questions or anything you need to want to buy a crystal or look at my crystals. We can set up an appointment here locally in Tidewater or by video. Again, it's angelscrystalcorners@gmail.com, which is ANGS, crystalcorner@gmail.com. At any rate, I'm starting this for the Edgar Cayce Center, the A.R.E in Virginia Beach. And this is like our sixth show, I think. And I just like to start off with kind of telling you how we do it so you understand it if you haven't been here before. It's a very friendly, fun type thing. I don't want any judgment anywhere because there's so many things to say about crystals and folks don't always agree with what we say about them. So because there's so many opinions, we just try to be open for all of it. And I want it to be fun for everyone, whether you believe in the spiritual part of it or not. You know, Edgar Cayce was a famous psychic. He was very humble. He gave his readings under a type of a meditative state. He really wasn't aware of what he was saying, and he did a lot of gifts and a lot of help for people. And I'm very appreciative to be here under his name and for the A.R.E. So what we try to do is do a little reading from Edgar Cayce's readings, and they are categorized at the A.R.E by subject matter and alphabetically. If you ever want to go look and see what he has to say about a certain thing. The interesting thing about him with gemstones is that he recognized their vibrational energy and the medicine that comes from that. And that's a subtle type of thing. It's not an all of a sudden thing, although I've seen some people get a lot of help pretty quickly with a stone. It's more subtle, like natural healing. And it's about matching your vibrational energy to a stone, so to speak. And then we decided that with each show, I would highlight a particular stone so we can get to see plenty of stones along with talking about them and learning about them. But it's really, we're going through the basics now. There's a lot more in depth we can go through, and we probably will over time because I'm doing these once a month, the last Tuesday of every month. But I wanted to get you acquainted with the basics first because there's so much information out there and it's not that hard. It doesn't have to be difficult, and you should be in a judgment-free zone because really with all natural energy to me, and particularly with crystals, intention is what matters. And with that being said, I wanted to read a couple of readings from Edgar Cayce. Then we'll go to the crystals that I have to show you, and then we'll do a few other things. But I was looking at over his readings, and I use this book right here. It's an old book that is a compilation of his readings. And I just kind of wanted to show you kind of what he says about the stones and why they work and going along with that vibrational medicine I was telling you. And it says, for as is understood by the entity, all creation is a manifestation of that creative influence or force called God. And these elements in stones bring such to this body, for they are part of the evolution of vibration and may be seen from the entity's development through the earthly sojourns as well as through the astrological sojourns that have been a part of the entity's experience. Thus, as these elements are a part of its creation, so may they bring those helpful vibrations about the entity. So that's kind of what I was getting at with the vibrational situation. So that being said, what I wanted to show you tonight were some stones called Labradorite. And I'm excited. It's one of my favorite stones. It's one of the protection stones. I kind of started with protection stones because I saw a famous psychic, Lisa Williams. I think she's from Britain. Her grandmother was a psychic to the Queen. I saw her on TV. She had a California show for a while, and I watched her readings, and I just kind of got a feeling that she was probably legit from the people's reactions and what she was saying and things. And she went into a hotel to do a search for, I guess, negative spirits, and she didn't like it. She didn't want to be around them, and she had natural citrine with her, and she explained the natural citrine, diminished evil and repelled it, so to speak. And so I was very intrigued by that, and that's kind of what got me to looking and thinking and wondering, what on earth is going on. So I like the protective stones. With that being said, Labradorite is a protector. It protects you from psychic attack or ill will meant from someone else that you don't know they're thinking of. It also elevates your psychic ability. And so you might say, well, Angela, how does vibration do that? Because this is where we get into people that don't really understand or believe the spiritual side of things. They don't have to. It's okay. I mean, I like the stones just to look at them. I don't care if you don't believe they do anything or not. But if you want to look at the vibrational side of it, um, lower vibrations are the negative energies. So if you get a stone that has a vibration that will dismantle that or interrupt it, or some stones transmute it to positive energy, so to speak. That's what the vibration of it does. So that being said, let's look at some labradorite. Um, Labradorite shimmers, and it's called a schiller. It's also called labradorescence for labradorite, or iridescence for it and other stones. Moonstone is the sister stone to labradorite, but this is a blue shimmer. Blue shimmer is one of my favorites. It's kind of traditional. Labradorite shimmers in different colors, though. You can find it in purple as well, but I'm a blue person. This is another blue, natural on the back, polished on the front. But I'm a freak for the blue stuff. But what I like about labradorite and these kind of stones is that they kind of say hello to you. You saw these two. They're pretty obvious, but a lot of labradorite is not so obvious. You walk by and it's kind of dark looking, and then you get around it and the light shines on it a certain way, and you're like, oh, look at that. Like it's saying hello. This one is purple. I don't know if I can get it to shimmer for you. It's got the most beautiful purple, but it's hard to make it shimmer. The more I'll tell you this about labradorite, there's a lot of purple out there now, and it's really pretty if you can get it to shimmer. But I can see that I'm not able to do it for you. You can't see it in that light. It's got a real pretty shine, but it doesn't show real easily. So that's one that you don't notice right away. But this is one of my favorites because it's got some, and I apologize, there's a glare that's also helping me not help you too much, but this one has a lot of different colors down through this part of it. But it's also got that beautiful blue, which is my favorite. There you see that shimmer? Ooh, that's pretty. But again, I'm a protective stone person. Okay, we got some gold flash, like gold and rose flash in this, which is those purple ones that are newer. Again, I like them a lot, but you don't see the flash as easy as you do some obvious blue ones. This one I like because it looks like a cat print to me, like a cheetah print. If you can see it, yeah, there you go, the cheetah print kind of. And these are naturally found this way. Of course, they're not naturally found polished. They're polished by polishers. Brazilians do a lot of polishing. Oh, here's a pretty purple one too. That one I think I can get a purple in it. Yeah, there we go. That's a brilliant purple piece right there. And that's more popular now, and they're pretty expensive too. This piece is $50. It's what I paid for it. So that's probably not as high as people are selling them for. I try not to sell them for much more than I pay for them, and I get a pretty good deal on them most of the time. And I've been talked out of my stones before. People come in my house and like one, and I'll either give it to them or let them buy it. This is another purple shimmery labradorite. And I will try to answer your questions later. Again, I had a whole introduction set up on the page and I lost it there for a minute. So I'm so sorry about that. If I don't get your questions answered, I will answer them in the next couple of days online. You can also leave a message on my email, and I'm happy to answer those questions too. All of my shows are online, by the way, on the A.R.E.'s website, and I can send you links if you need them, but they're 30 minutes long and they're forever recorded there. This is one of my favorite blues. Very pretty blue. Let's see. And then I've got some big ones. I got big ones. I always have big ones. This is another raw on the back, flash on the front. Flashes different colors. But it's, of course, one of my favorite stones, so I'm going to have a lot of it. No doubt about that. Another blue. Blue is so pretty. And then let's see what else. Oh, I already showed you that one. It's another blue. Another pretty blue. Anyhow, I just love their vibration. I think they elevate you to your best psychic abilities as well, which is another reason I like them. Here's a pyramid that's pyramid shaped that flashes good blue. And then I had a purple one too. I'm going to show you. Let's see. This is a purple kind of, purpley goldy color. I love these colors, but they don't shine as much as that blue does. And then here's a point. I don't find many Labradorite points. They're not that easy to find, but they don't shimmer as well either. You have to really get that one piece that has a good shimmer in it. I'm not seeing, I know I saw it earlier. There you go. See that shimmer right here? There we go. But I like it because it is a point. It's polished into a point, and those are pretty powerful. I like them sitting around. I feel very protected by them. And this one, I kind of call a prism. Beautiful flash on several different fronts. Okay, so that's Labradorite. So getting back to the stones, what we've been talking about recently is what to do with them. What do you do with them, Angela? Well, there are many, complicated healing techniques that you can go through, and we will get to more of those later. I want us to start with easy things because I don't want people to approach stones with, a sense of fear or confusion, because intent is what matters. And we talk about using a stone for whatever you need it for to match your vibration. And of course, you can look them up and see what they're listed as being used for and kind of get a feeling for that. And of course, you pick what you're drawn to. Normally, your vibration is drawn to what you need vibrationally, in my opinion. If you're not just entranced by the looks of things. I've always been entranced by the looks of Labradorite, but I do find it to bring me peace and calming, because I know it's taking care of me, and it's also elevating the vibration around me to help me with my own. I'm an empath, so I'm empathic around people. I help them pick out stones. I'm pretty good at doing that. I did want to read about Labradorite for you, because I did pull a little piece about that so you could learn a little bit more about what it says. All books will tell you something different about every stone. I find that kind of odd, but they do. They're not consistent. But Labradorite's pretty consistently known to help you with your psychic abilities. It's also known to be a protector. And it says origin Canada, Italy, Scandinavia, but it's Madagascar is where I find most of mine. Or I don't go to Madagascar, but that's where it comes from. Primary uses enhances communication with the divine or higher beings, helps tune into psychic energy and intuition, balances mind and spirit, protects against negative energy, provides discernment, cleanses and heals the aura. So there you go. You can wear it as jewelry. You can hold it in your hand when you're meditating. You can put in a grid. And we've kind of gone through these little, smaller versions of these types of things. With that being said, I wanted to read you something from Crystal Prescriptions, which I take what I like with these books and leave the rest, just like I would tell you to do with me. Anything you hear, take what you like and leave the rest. You don't have to like everything, and you don't have to believe everything either. But the books are so different in what they say that you have to really kind of use your own gut. But I wanted to kind of read this because I liked what I saw, and I thought you might like it too. But this is for purifying and focusing your crystals. And we talked about cleansing crystals, and we'll talk some more about that because it always comes up. But for me, smudging is the best thing to do because I like to smudge. I like to use the white sage or the organic Indian sage. It cleanses bacteria too, but it also cleanses negative energy out of the room while you're doing your crystals. So you're doing several things at one time. But it says, as crystals hold the energetic charge of everyone who comes into contact with them and absorb emanations from their surroundings, as well as your personal energies, they need regular purifying. Well, for a better way to put it is cleansing or auric cleansing, energy cleansing, not physical cleansing. But this is particularly so when they're being used for healing. It is sensible to purify and re-energize a crystal every time it is used. The method employed will depend on the type of crystal. Let's see. Crystals work best when their energy is harnessed and focused with intent toward the task at hand, as this activates them. By taking the time to attune a crystal to your own unique frequency, you enhance its vibratory effect and amplify its healing powers. And focusing and activating your crystal. Okay, this is the part where we talk about programming a crystal. I see it a lot, programming, okay? Well, that's kind of the same thing as intent. If your intent is for a particular crystal to do something for you, it will do that for you if you let it know what you want it to do. And I'm not saying some magical, great, huge thing. You're not going to say, bring me $1 million. We all know that's kind of not what I'm talking about. But if you want clear quartz to protect you, it will. If you want it to help you rise to a better level of understanding of the higher vibrations in the world, it'll do that too. Clear quartz is pretty powerful. We haven't gone over that yet. We will do that eventually. It's an amplifier, and it can also amplify negative things. So I don't go to the clear immediately with people because it's a little bit more complicated than other crystal to me. But I do cleanse it a lot, and it's a master powerful crystal. But what this says is once your crystal has been purified and re-energized, and by that it means spiritually, aurically cleansed, um, quietly holding the crystal in your hands for a few minutes until you feel in tune with it. Picture it surrounded by light and love. State that the crystal is dedicated to the highest good for all who use it. And then state very clearly your intention for that crystal. That will heal or protect you. For instance, if it is intended for a specific purpose, such as healing a particular condition, state that also. Repeat the intention several times to attach it to the crystal or anchor it to the crystal. So that's kind of what they talk about when they say programming a crystal. So, for instance, I have a lot of migraines, and I have I try to make myself be calm because it seems to me that the calmer I am, the better they are, the more they relax a little bit. So. Let's just say that's what I want to do is calm myself. So I have like this is a clear quartz pagoda. I love these little pagodas. I think they're powerful, but they're cute as they can be too. So this is clear quartz, and let's just say I want it to calm me. Clear quartz is not really known for calming, but again, there's no wrong moves here. It's all good. Your intent is what matters. If you think this quartz helps you sleep, then it will help you sleep. If you think it does something for you, it probably does. So I'm not going to question that. So I would hold it in my hands after, of course, smudging the house. And I've told people, you don't have to smudge the exact crystal because I got a lot of crystals. I would be just taking the smudge around or the piece of sage that I've got smoking and just smoke it around them and state my intention. Please cleanse these crystals, bring light in and darkness out. And again, another tip if you haven't heard me before, have a window opened when you're doing this because negative energy attaches to smoke. It needs to escape. You don't want it in the house with you. So anyhow, you hold this, and I would, just feel the vibration of it, which is a high vibration crystal. But I would say, my intent for you is to help heal me, help me be calm, and hopefully help my migraines dissipate. It's a pretty specific intention. It's not given to work immediately. And I've told people too, you can't heal yourself medically with a crystal necessarily. You need medication if you need medication, but if you want to imprint something on a crystal to help you, particularly this simple programming, you give it your intent, and you follow up with more of that, and you hold it to meditate if you want to. For this, I would just hang on to it while I'm meditating because I usually have my hands together anyway when I'm meditating. I just get into a calm state, and I try to quiet my mind, and I try to go where it is I want to go. In that case, I would be trying to go somewhere calming, which in my mind would be some island somewhere with a lot of peace and beautiful warm smells and sounds, and I would just hang on to the crystal for that. We talked about grids. Grids can be very elaborate and they can be very small. Clear quartz is an amplifier, so generally, in general terms, you want to have it mathematically set up evenly, so to speak, like a mandala. So you would put your centerpiece for, let's say, love. Somebody asked me about, I think it was Louise asked me about love last time, a love grid. You would put your rose quartz in the center. Rose quartz is a love stone. It brings love, puts love out. It's amazing. That's your center for your grid. Then you put other stones around it. You may put clear quartz around it for being an amplifier that it is, because it's going to amplify the love. You may put some other stones around there that you like for love too, like Labadorite or amethyst is a loving stone. And then, that's your grid set up for this energy pattern that you want to have. And you could actually speak to that too, as to, I'm putting this grid here for love and to enhance and magnify the love in the area. And hopefully it'll do that for you. Generally speaking, I have so many, I kind of think they know what I want them to do. I mean, I don't spend a lot of time giving each one of them intentions. I just love them and I know what they're there for. And I kind of trust them to do what they're supposed to do. Hopefully they do. They've certainly brought me a whole lot of happiness. Okay, 6:20. We've got plenty of time. This is wonderful. I go pretty fast because I want to get as much information out there to you as I can. And so I really appreciate you being here and enjoy this talk I do immensely. And I hope that you continue to join me. And I'm going to pull a card. I always pull a card every time. He's over here behind all of my Labradorite. The cards we pull, they're crystal cards, but they really just have some information about good philosophy for the day. And what I find when we pull them, it's exactly what we all need to hear. So I like that. But I just go through and pull one. Interesting. This is rhodonite. I'll show it to you. Rhodonite. And then I'm going to pull from the book to see what it says about rhodonite. I don't have a lot of experience with rhodonite. I'm drawn to the stones I'm drawn to, and some of them I'm just not. And then I'll find later that they're a wonderful stone and they help people a whole lot. And we'll see what rhodonite says. Okay, rhodonite. Find a way to forgive. There is freedom in forgiveness. It's natural to react when others hurt or betray us, but you can move past the first layers of blame, resentment, anger, disappointment, or frustration. You can free yourself from the negativity and toxicity. When you're able to forgive, you empower yourself rather than letting your emotions have power over you. Forgiving someone doesn't mean, however, that you condone what they've done. It simply allows you to release your ties to that experience so you can move on. At its core, all forgiveness is self-serving. Core questions: Are you holding any grudges or holding any resentment or anger towards someone in your life? What would it feel like to forgive? Crystal action: affirm forgiveness starts with me. Today, choose one person, yourself or another, and start moving toward forgiveness. That's pretty good. That's a good stone. I'm sure we all need to hear that. I know I do, because sometimes it is hard to let go when somebody hurts you or bothers you. I'm going to look and see if I can see any questions to answer because I haven't been able to see them. Let's see. Hi, everyone. Kathleen, Mary Roach, Mary Thompson. Hey. Janice K. Violet. Mary Mobile. I've got some Marys. Jennifer. Any messages for Jennifer? I'll have to think on that. I'll answer it later. Let's see. Does it matter if the stone is polished or not? That's Andy Buchanan. Andy, and thank you. I don't think it does. I think their power is in their natural born way. They're born in the ground, and I've kind of let people know I don't cleanse in the sun because of that. They're not found in the sun. They're found underground or in water, mostly underground, and they're mined that way. And I don't think it matters if they're polished. Somebody mentioned last time that it could change their properties. Well, it is possible that there's some heat applied in polishing, but it's generally not an enhanced or chemically altered stone. I don't particularly like chemically altered stones or heated stones that try to make them beautiful to be heated. But I do like them polished because they're pretty. But I don't think it changes their vibration at all. It just is easier for you to see them, just like the Labradorite here. That's the polished piece. And this is the unpolished piece. And I'm sure there's flash in there. In fact, I can see some flash. Yeah, see the flash back here? The flash is there. So it didn't really change what the stone is. It just allows you to appreciate it a lot more, right? Because it's way more pretty to look at that than it is the back of it, to me. But no, I don't think it changes it at all. Let's see. Kathleen Fitzgerald. Yes, I do have some to sell. I've been known to sell my own collection. So you are welcome to come see me anytime. I've had a few people come see me and they love it. Okay, Andy, what stories do the stones tell? Well, stones hold stories. They do say this a lot, especially clear crystal quartz. Particularly if you remember probably seeing on some of the shows, the crystal skulls, the old crystal clear skulls they found. They believe they may be associated with Atlantis or Lemuria. They do believe, and I've seen some readings where psychics or mediums are reading what these stones are saying. I can't remember what I saw. I saw something about them looking at them through a certain type of lens where they could see some things. But they apparently hold everything they've been told or everything that's gone on around them historically, so to speak. So I would say they do have a story to tell. And I also, and Kathleen, please, Kathleen, write me on my email address, angescrystalcorner@gmail.com, ANGS crystalcorner@gmail.com. and we will talk about the crystals. How do you know what stones to keep for you, like the right vibe? Well, and this is again going back to what you're drawn to. And I think it's an energetic thing. Of course, we all like the way things look, but generally, if I get people to kind of relax a little bit and walk around and show me what they're just energetically drawn to, they can kind of do that. It's amazing. But if you kind of think it, you can do it that way. I can also kind of feel people and feel what they might need, and it turns out to be true usually. But it's a vibrational match. It's a match for what you need vibrationally. Let's put it that way. To me, the problem plus the healing vibration equals healing, right? So for me, if I need calming, I have a migraine, so I need a calming vibration. So if I pick up a stone that's known to be calming or feels calming to me, I'm going to feel better. It's not a magical solution. It's not going to take away a migraine, but it certainly helps me with stress and helps me manage it. Sandra, hi from Florida. Hey, Sandra. Where are the labradorite stones found? They're found all over the place. They're a feldspar. They grow on other stones. They're Madagascar, as I said, is a place where I see a lot of beautiful stones come from. But they actually were found first in Labrador, Canada. That's why they're called Labradorite. What's the name of the deck in the book? Deck and book. Okay, deck and book is Daily Crystal Inspirations. If you can see that. And it's got a little deck. And I've told people I'm not really a card puller, but I just think it's a fun thing to do for us because I think surely it's probably divinely guided, right? We always hear something we want to hear. Hey, Linda. When are you coming home, Miss Linda Mahoney? Hi, Karen. Kathleen. Yes, write me on an email and we'll set up a time for you to come by. And I'm happy to share my phone number at some point. I don't do that on here. I don't want it out there in the public, but I will when we start emailing each other. We'll get together pretty quickly. Okay, Anne-Marie, are there stones that should not be put together? Yes, I'm sure there are. I have so many, I can't really, think about that too much. I will say that in my bedroom for sleeping, I don't put stones that are real active because there's some that are just, they chatter to me. They're just active. Energetically, I feel like I don't sleep well with them. So I put ones that make me sleep well, like rose quartz, ocean jasper, Labadorite. Some people like amethyst for sleeping. I don't. Amethyst makes me awake, so I don't put that in there. As far as together, my stones are not sitting on top of each other. You can see, but they're close to each other. And, I do have some of the general stones that, are the similar kind together, but it's just not a problem for me. My intention is for my stones to be calm and not cause any problems because I tell them, calm down. Because believe me, if we go walking around the house, you will get a vibrational lift and everyone can feel it. As soon as you start touching them and picking them up, your hair starts standing up a little bit. You can feel the vibrational lift. So, I just tell them to be calm, and they are, amazingly enough. Hi from Pennsylvania. Hi, Tiffany. Do you have any experience with Indera? Karen Rubino? No, I don't, but I'll look it up. Let's see. Oh, soon, okay. I did say ocean jasper, Tiffany, and it's my other favorite stone than labradorite because it does peek at you like labradorite does. It just says, "Hey," when you walk by. Oh, I've got one right here. I'm just going to do a sneak peek for next time. And ocean jasper comes in many different colors, but the orbital structure is classic of old ocean jasper. But look at the black quartz. Can you believe that? It doesn't always have quartz, but it often does. Black quartz is kind of rare, but when you walk by it, you're like, hey, and then you're like, hey, there is something in there saying hey to you. As silly as that sounds, those are my favorite kinds of stones. But I started out with just liking shimmery quartzy stones that you could see through. And then as I guess, you start getting used to these vibrations and you're just drawn to that rather than exactly the look of it. But anyhow, okay, it's time to close. I feel like Carol Burnett. I need to sing to y'all. I really appreciate you being here. I had a great time. Please come back the fourth Tuesday of every month. And I will answer questions in the next couple of days that are on here. Otherwise, email me, angscrystalcorner@gmail.com, ANGS crystalcorner@gmail.com. And look forward to seeing you soon. Love and blessings to all.